Captain Roger. It's dark. It's only about 5:15, but it's dark tonight, so going for a walk a little later than usual. I hope you don't mind the shadows. So we're talking about Abraham and his walk with God. And I actually wanted to talk about his son Isaac's walk today, but you know, I keep thinking about this other walk that Abraham took with God. There was a point when God came to visit Abraham, and or he was passing by anyway. And then he was heading off after having lunch with his friend Abe. He was heading off to Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities in that area because they had been very inhospitable, and in order to do justice on behalf of some travelers who'd been abused, God and his angels were going to go and deal with those cities. And by deal with, I mean wipe out. But God went for a walk with Abraham and told him what his plan was. And Abraham, possibly concerned about his nephew Lot, who had recently moved to Sodom, he said to God, what if there's 50 righteous people who live in those cities? And God's like, you know what? If there's 50 righteous people, I promise I am not going to do anything. I will save the city for the sake of those people. And then Abraham, a little braver in his walk at this point, he said, so God, what if there's 40 righteous people? God's like, oh, you know what? If there's 40, I'll spare the city because it's more important to save the righteous. And so Abraham's like, what if there's 20? Just kind of working his way down. And he gets down to 10. He says, what if there's 10 righteous people? And God says, I promise I'll spare the city if there's 10 righteous people. And at this point, Abraham is probably thinking, you know what? So I know there's my nephew Lot and his whole family and his household. And he was probably pretty sure that they were all righteous. Sometimes in your walk, you judge other people's walks, and you may be right and you may be wrong. But what I think is interesting about this is when you walk with God, sometimes you get to negotiate with him. Sometimes you get to work out where and how things are going to happen. So this chance that Abraham had to negotiate with God while he was walking with God kind of changed the destiny of some of the people and some of the cities in that area around Sodom. Because he got it down to 10, and when the angels got there, they discovered that Lot was really the only righteous person in that whole town. But Lot, in his escape with his daughters and his wife, he managed to convince the angels to take them to a city nearby. So that whole city got spared too. Remember what I said about your walk with God can actually change the destiny of the world? Well, Abraham's walk with God changed the destiny of Lot, who changed the destiny of his family and that other nearby town. So, as you walk with God today, try to think about the fact that the decisions you make to do the right thing can sometimes be the best decisions for people you've never even met. How weird is that? I need to go finish my walk. Grace and peace to y'all.